It never leads to anything long-term sustaining if you don't go the opposite way, which I'm going to show you a little bit, you know what I mean. A lot of times people will talk about in our society overnight successes, how to lose weight like 20 pounds tomorrow, right? Or 10 ways to change your life tomorrow. All this stuff is marketed to you to be able to have like a certain pain point, right? A certain solution, and being able to hook you, and so that you can buy, but it's not to a point where it's actually like life-changing. The way that we have to think about this is becoming countercultural. Countercultural is like whatever the masses are doing, do the opposite, right? If the masses are going one way, completely be opposite of the masses, right? And this, I would say, don't sacrifice what you want most for what you want now. We have become a culture where it's all feeling-based, completely. Right? It's like, if I feel like doing it, if I feel good, if I feel happy or excited, then I do, right? And I'm gonna let you guys know a secret. In this business, I think in life in general, I could not base things off my feelings. I would have to base it on something much more long-term, because in the world, right, it's always based on feelings, it's based around happiness. There's nothing wrong with happiness, don't get me wrong. It's like, oh my God, what's that? Is that called a sadist or something? This guy's crazy, right? I'm not against happiness, right? I want to be happy. But if the problem is, if you chase happiness as the end and not a byproduct, you will be miserable, right? There's so many times I've chased, it's like you press that pleasure button over and over and over again, right? But what happens in the long term, if you keep pressing it, have you noticed like over time, there's diminishing returns on it, right? Over time, right? So when it comes to this, you might focus too much on results, you might too much on convenience, on leisure. Trust me, I'm very lazy. If I could just like have a box of pizza, ice cream, and movies all day, that would make me happy, right? I would love to do that over and over and over again. Do you think I could sustain that lifestyle for 30 days straight?
Nope.
Why?
Because it's not good for you.
One day it'll kill me, right? It'll absolutely kill me, right? But the thing about this business is that you have to go away from the happiness side of things as the end in itself, but you have to choose purpose over that happiness. What do I mean purpose? I mean the idea of who you become, right? Who you become in these different character traits of loyalty, discipline, self-control, patience, honesty, truth, right? Love and excellence and standard of excellence. Why do I say this? I say this because of this. Have you ever worked for a boss before that is more incompetent than you? Yes or no, yeah? Is it like annoying a little bit? Yeah, right? It's a little annoying. What keeps us at that job is the what? The what? The money, right? The paycheck, the money. But the thing about this business is this, guys. I will tell you this. If you have a strong purpose and you know, like, despite my feelings today, I need to do what I need to do because I'm going to achieve this, and I need to develop the character attributes of who makes me me, long term, that's how you're going to succeed in this business. Why did I bring up the boss example? In this business, right, for example, if you wanted to recruit me at a high level person, do you think, right, I'm just going to be like, yes, I see an opportunity with the 100% to infinity, and then I will follow you blindly? Will I follow anybody? No. I need to take a look at the business, but a high-level individual, if you want to build your business fast, you need to recruit A+ players. Write that down. That's a note. A+ talent is how you build this business quick. A+ talent. A+ talent does not follow some random Joe Schmo. Trust me. I wouldn't follow anybody. What I would do is I would look at A, the information, but B, I need to look at that person. Do they have the character attributes that I respect in their business life, but then they're also their what?
Personal.
Bingo, right? Their personal life as well. I need that to be congruent into one, integrity, not split. Does that make sense? So now, if you focus on who you become and you purposely choose the hard thing because you have a strong purpose in mind for your life, you will develop the discipline because you will do stuff when you don't feel like doing it. If you purposely choose your purpose over like you're feeling today, you will purposely develop self-control because now you have that self-control. You will develop truth. You will develop honesty. You will always put yourself at standards of excellence if you're setting your goals, if you're attacking your goals, you're doing the activities that you need to develop, and over time your character attributes go up. You start to change and become that type of person. And A talent if they're in the right timing of their life, a talent can spot a talent, and then they will be attracted to you. They will work under your leadership. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's how you're going to build your business fast. Because so many of us, and you might be thinking, D, why are you going? Just tell us the scripts already, right? Tell us how to recruit. This is how you build your business. If you want to build a team, you need to lead beasts. You need to lead monsters, right? Because everyone has that unique ability, but they need to look at you and want to be like you. Does that make sense? Right? And that's why you need to have that strong purpose and develop that strong purpose, right? If you think I'm crazy, I'm not. I promise you, this philosophy, I'm a little crazy, right? But this philosophy has gotten us in trouble in the US. Look at social media, depression, right? Look at the different statistics with, like, you know, based on income. I think average statistics say, like, the average American has over less than, I think it's like $2,000 in savings, right? Over 76% of Americans are broke. We can look at the different statistics here with GDP, inflation. I mean, even from a marital standpoint, the number one cause of, like, divorces, I think there's over 76% of marriages end in divorces. I remember my parents all the time, when we moved to PA, they would always argue about what?
Money.
Money. Oh, like, why'd you leave the lights on when you're not there for 2 seconds? I'm like, Jesus, God, really? Or like, turn off the AC and put on the fan. I'm like, but it's hot. He's like, well, suck it up, right? I'm like, no way, I don't want to do this, right? Anyone ever feel that way growing up? I'm like, no, I want to make enough money to leave the AC on. You know? Vacations, and you can see 76% of people live paycheck to paycheck. Anyone a little nervous of where the U.S. is with their GDP, the debt ratios right now? It's a little scary. I'm like, oh, gee, I don't know how you can go like 20x in debt, right, and not be able to pay the bill and just print money. Like, I'm a little like, right? I don't know, right? And it's constantly growing up, you know, and interest rates. You guys see what the Federal Reserve is doing right now with interest rate hikes? It's insane. They say they're gonna loosen it. I think, what's the average interest rate right now with the Fed? I think it's like 7-8%. 7-8%, most people can't even get a mortgage, right? It's insane. I know these poor Gen Zs and whatever, I don't even know what I am, right? Most people can't even graduate, right? And put $100,000 into school or whatever it is, they can make 50, 60 grand out of school, but like a mortgage now, they're saying it's gonna go from a 30-year term. Grant Cardone was talking about they're gonna probably push it into a 100-year term. How crazy is that? Right? It's insane. I think it's absolutely nuts. Unemployment rates going up. What is this? This is just the underpin. This isn't like, these are all symptoms about what? These are symptoms of the philosophy of chasing a feeling and happiness first versus like doing something hard and purpose driven. Does that make sense? That's what I'm saying, like we have to go opposite. So today, this is their wealth creation formula. My goal, whether you run this business or not, or whether you go all in or not, you have to become wealthy. And wealth is not defined in terms of material things. It's how, can you sustain your lifestyle? At what level can you sustain your lifestyle without ever having to work again and never having to trade your time for money again? Does that make sense? Yeah. Like that is something that's indestructible, something that's going to take care of you, that's going to take care of your family. That is true wealth, right? You own your day, you own your time, regardless of how much money you make. Right? So 3 things that you need to become wealthy. Like I said, the financial vehicle. What is going to allow you and I, the average person with the least amount of overheads, the least amount of stress, right, and the least amount of financial output initially to be able to build an above average type income, right? The second thing is the effort. Like I said, to become a millionaire, to be able to control your time, to have cash flows coming in that's above $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, $11,000 every single month, you're going to have to put effort in. The question you have to ask yourself, this is a very important question, and I ask myself, this is the litmus test, this is the acid test I'll put myself through all the time. If I stop putting effort in, can the money compound after? That's the question. Right? I would jot that down for your notes. If I stop putting effort in, can it compound after? If the answer is no, why are you working so hard at it? Why? If the answer is yes, you have the right opportunity vehicle. Too many people, Warren Buffett said this. He said, it doesn't matter how hard you work, how hard you try. Did our parents work hard? Yeah. Did they get anywhere crazy? It's the opportunity vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. Meaning, Warren Buffett said, you know, it's not how hard you row the boat. It's sometimes not even what type of boat and vessel that you're in. It's the stream that you're in. If it's upstream, it's going to be very hard. If you're downstream, even in a rowboat, you're going to move. The opportunity vehicle is very important. If it can't compound after I'm done putting effort in, why am I trying? But if it can, we're in good shape. And the last thing is skills. Everything that you need to do, if you're going to be successful with anything, needs a baseline skill set. Write this word down, simplicity. Simplicity, ladies and gentlemen, right? You have to keep things very, very, very simple. This business, there's 7 key skills that you need, just 7. And here's the best part, out of a 1 to a 10, you could be like a 7. That's like a D student. And that gave me hope. I was like, I can be a D student, no problem, right? And we're going to talk a little bit about it, okay? So, now we're going to talk about the first part of the financial vehicle formula. We're going to talk about the first piece of the wealth creation formula, which is the financial vehicle. This was probably the one thing that kept me going more than anything, because I knew, what is my alternative? If I don't do this business, sometimes we have it in our mind, well, I could do this, and then I could do this.